flibber-gibbeting around with this phone because I had YouTube playing, and I hit the button so I could reset it, like just close all the screens, and it's like 10 seconds before the damn thing finally closes. Then I gotta flip through to find the camera icon because I wanted to give you that plane that just flew overhead. That is a Canadian CF-18 fighter jet. Now, the story I wanted to tell you is this morning I reached for a t-shirt hanging in my closet, and I got the Fox School of Hockey. So that was upstairs. Then I went down the stairs later on, and I was looking for a hat, and I picked this one, which is the Winnipeg Jets, because of hockey, right? This one was hockey. Then hockey, Winnipeg Jets. And then we have a CF-18 fly overhead. This is a cascade of coincidences. Cascade of coincidences. Cascade of coincidences was a teaching of Paul Townsend, and I bought a deck of cards that they were called Kabbalah cards, and I bought a deck of these cards from Paul Townsend, and I'm pretty sure it was on an extinct social media platform many years ago. It wasn't meetup.com, but it was some kind of a website like that. And it was very popular at the time. Now, I don't even know if it still exists. It might exist still if I can remember it. Can't remember it. But I went looking for this guy again, and he seems to have disappeared because I wanted to order another set of his Paul Townsend Kabbalah cards. When I got them, I took them down to the print shop and I got them to laminate the cards. And then what I would do is I'd bring the cards with me, in my pack sack or something. And every once in a while, if I was feeling like I needed a card, I would just shuffle the deck and pull a card. And it gave techniques of manifesting things or seeing things. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyways, cascade of coincidences is a sign that what you've been working on energetically is working. And this idea of coincidences or synchronicities being a sign that you're doing a good job from the universe also comes from James Redfield and his Celestine Prophecy books. How did I come to choose Fox School of Hockey? Well, the body just reached for it and grabbed it. And then we remember now that somebody was starting a hockey camp, and I heard about that during the past week, probably last Sunday. Monday or something. And then regularly in my neighborhood I've been seeing a little red fox. So those are other tie-ins. Those would be tie-ins. They wouldn't really be... it just shows you that something is being held in mind. And these are like all hyperlinked to that thing. What is it? Could be my energy work. My energy work, using my own personal power, is used for 2 switches. I have switch number 22, which is healing. Stuart Wilde, the metaphysical author, called the number 22 the magical healer. So keep an eye out for the number 22 around where you are. That is the sign that the magical healer is knocking on your door. What do you do if you start seeing 22s? Be very playful with your number, because sometimes people think healing only has to do with, you know, traditional healing things, like you got a broken heart or a broken leg. But healing can sometimes be preventive healing, and that is to improve your timeline so that you don't get hurt. So anyways, keep up with the 22s. If you have an opportunity, for example, to go to an exotic location, and you're thinking about that, and you're wanting to see if the universe will confirm that it's a good thing for you. If you saw a 22, I would say that's a good sign. Because you would say, okay, well, like right now, if you're not feeling 100%, you're saying, I need some healing, I'm not feeling 100%. Or if you feel good and this thing comes up, and then you start seeing a 22, you could say, okay, preventative healing. If I go to that place, I've got a good feeling about that place, so I'm going towards good. For me. That's number 22. So my energy also goes to number 23. Number 23 we call an activation phase. So back in the olden days when there was Star Trek, you know, Star Trek, it's on Netflix, and you can get clips on YouTube. Anyways, like Captain Jean-Luc Picard, the captain of the Enterprise, when he wanted to, let's go, let's get it on, let's get moving, he would say, engage. And they would engage the warp drive when he said engage. So it was like warp drive, which is like super fast, super... anyways, so 23 in your environment, if I see 23s, it means activate, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's time to get to work. So I look for 22s and 23s quite a lot. They're sort of in my list of things that I'm always looking for. Because it's anyway, it's just things that over the years I've picked up. 23 is related to, not Stuart Wilde, to Robert Anton Wilson, because he wrote about it in one of his books, 23. And apparently people will do odd things with 23. For example, they might go to like a library, a public library, and then just go and maybe take a bunch of books off the shelf, open them up to page 23, and read what's on page 23. That's all, just the 23. And do that. And or if you have a phone, maybe like take a picture of page 23, and that can be your art collection. You could start posting it on your Instagram. Pages from different books, page 23. Robert Anton Wilson was an activation kind of person when you read his book, because he's getting you to look at the world from a new perspective. Now with number 23, there's been a Norman Rockwell print that's been in a house for, I don't know, let's go 45 years. And I've seen it so many times at this house. But after I came across Robert Anton Wilson and his fetish for the number 23, lo and behold, I look at this Norman Rockwell that's been in my house all of this time. On the back of the jersey of one of the people, there was a jersey they were wearing, and it was number 23. Now, Norman Rockwell, the American artist, that was a long time ago, and I'm going to bet, I mean, I haven't checked this out, but I'm going to bet that Norman Rockwell made that picture before Robert Anton Wilson was into the number 23. It'd be an interesting thing to look up that particular picture, if I could, and find out the date it was painted, and then find out when, I don't know, something about Robert Anton Wilson to get a time between the two. But generally speaking, there you have it. So if you see a 23, what do I see? Well, it's like activation. So what I do on my radio in the car, if you know, I see somebody's license plate and it's got a 23 in it, I'll put the volume on my volume control of the car radio to 23. You get my picture? When I take what I see in the outside, like, you know, confirmation of this number, then if there's a way I can give it back to the universe, like turning the dial to 23, because I just saw 23 on a license plate, then it is becoming an agent of ECCO, E-C-C-O. ECCO is known as the Earth Coincidence Control Office, and it was discovered by Dr. John Lilly, who was taking ketamine pills, and I don't know if it was pills or what it would be, ketamine. He might be just, I don't know what he would do with ketamine. But anyways, you can look him up, Dr. John Lilly. He invented the float tank. So we're not recommending you do this, just so you know, but we will say that we read that Dr. Lilly used to go take his ketamine and then go into a salt water float tank and have a psychedelic trip or a hallucination or something. And he hallucinated that he got in touch with this office called Earth Coincidence Control Office, and they told him all about this stuff. So I pay attention to coincidences, and quite often remember Earth Coincidence Control Office. And sometimes I see a sweatshirt that says ECCO on it, and it's usually spelled E-C-K-O instead of E-C